What is up, Lions Nation? I am the Soul Man. That over there is.
You know who it is. It's the Statman.
And this is We Are Lions Nation podcast. It is the Bucs Lions post game show. And Statman, it is Victory Tuesday, sir.
Oh, man. The Lions got that
Tuesday.
dub over the Buccaneers. Let's go.
Ben's in the house, says, "What's up?" First in the comments, he says.
Hell yeah, Ben.
Welcome in. We got a lot. We got a lot to talk about tonight, Sam. We got some topics. We got some topics. We got some announcements for the show as well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. P-Dubs in the house says, "What's up?"
What's up, my man? P-Dub. Co-host of We Are Lions Nation right there.
We're going to give it a second. Let some people trickle in.
Yeah, I got to say, I'm pretty interested in the topics that we came up with. I think it's going to give us some good discussion in the show. Hopefully we get some more viewers in here and some more comments coming in, and they can interact with us a little bit more tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for, we got to give the credit where the credit is due. We had P-Dubs and yourself come up with the topics tonight. I was thinking about topics, and then you threw those in the chat, and I was like, damn, every one of those is just great. I don't need to say anything else. No more topics needed.
And the poll question, the Statman's poll question is coming out later on tonight. So be ready on our Facebook page.
Already?
I'm dropping it early. I want a little bit more time for people to answer on the poll question or give some comments and see what kind of I guess some interaction I can drum up.
So we do have some news. We got people in here now, so I'm just going to say it, and then you'll be able to see the replay later. First up on the news is Statman, a new show coming to We Are Lions Nation podcast. Myself, the Statman, P-Dubs, and our newest member, once it's confirmed, Ryan, will be we're bringing back Gridiron Chat. That is the We Are Lions Nation podcast show where we talk NFL. So we're going to cover all the different divisions in the NFL. We're going to go over the NFL news topics for that week. That's where we're going to we're going to talk playoffs there, the draft, all kinds of stuff. Looking forward to doing that. Also, we will be live during the games now as much as possible. So we're going to try to broadcast live during the games. That doesn't mean we can show the game, but we are going to be on live. Maybe do a little bit of commentary ourselves, something like that. Can't guarantee it'll be every game because I don't get every game where I'm at. So
yeah, whoever's sick of Troy Aikman and Joe Buck listening to them fools comment on the games, do play-by-play, you're going to listen to us instead.
Yeah, we want to try to be on here a lot more. The bye week, we're going to have a bye week special coming up next week, just basically focusing on the state of the Lions and where they're at. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that show, probably have some topics for you. Tonight, we're going to go over, I just threw up a random question in the We Are Lions Nation Facebook page. If you're not a part of that, go ahead and join. That's where you get all the information. You can see all the links to the episodes right there on the page. And yeah, so I threw a question in there today, Statman, and got some comments. So we are going to share those comments and go over those. And thank you guys for everybody that commented and participated. Statman subscribers, we hit 295. We are very, very close to hitting that 300 mark on the goal, on the marks of 500. We are getting closer. I just have to say, a huge thank you to everybody that's been watching our videos and content that we've been putting out there today. For some, it may not be big, but for us, it is. Statman, we have a video out there that is just short, I believe, of 2,500 views. And that video also has the most watch time out of anything that we've ever posted of our content. It has the most watch time, meaning people just kept watching the whole thing.
So
That's
what is
good.
it? What is the video clip? Do you know what the clip is off of? Like, what is the topic that we're talking about? Why did it make it so popular?
I'm going to look right now, sir. I seen the title of it earlier. I just have to look at it again. Yeah, it's what it's
I'm interested to see. Like, I want to know
something
what
that
caught everybody's
it's something
attention.
that caught everybody's eye. It was called Detroit Lions Truth and Honest Reactions. That's what it was called. I'd have to play it in order to know exactly which one it was, but it was from our most recent videos on YouTube. Sorry, we got time. I'm just looking through here to see if I can see you guys that video for the Statman here.
While everybody's still watching too, don't forget to share our videos, like our content. Just those likes goes a far way. You know anybody that wants to listen to some football talk by some regular Joes like me and Andy here, and we just bring the truth, man. We bring our true opinion on everything, Lions fan or not. We will always be straightforward, be straight to the topic. And if you all want to join, we always have open spots for guests on all of our shows, and we don't ever turn our back to anybody that wants to join on. So if you're a Kansas City fan, you're a Green Bay fan, you're a Chicago Bear fan, you're a New Orleans Saints fan, hop on in. Let us know. Hit us up on Facebook Messenger, me or Andy Souls, and we'll get you on.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Statman. There's a lot of videos in here that I'm scrolling through right now to try to find that one.
Oh, you still can't find it at all?
I mean, we posted so much.
Great thing about Opus Clips. You don't have Opus Clips in your streamer, get it. It definitely helps your podcast out. Or if you're just doing any sort of streaming, get Opus Clips, download it. I believe they got a deal going on right now, so go check them out.
Yeah, it's great, man. We use it to put out some clips every week, and I literally put the show in there, and bam, 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 it makes the clips, and yeah, it's great. I still go in and watch them and edit them.
It makes the clips. It gives a headline for the clips. You can also schedule your times for the clips to be released. So I mean, it's takes a lot of the work out of it. Andy does a lot of the show on his own, like as far as setting it up and doing all the little tidbits. He's kind of the mastermind behind the computer, setting this all up. So it makes it a hell of a lot easier for him. He can give a better testimonial than I can, but
Yeah, there's work to be done, and that's kind of the reason why we want to be more active on here for you guys and just bring you good content throughout the week as much as we can. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to you on that one, Statman, because it's gonna take me a second to figure it out which one it is. I'd have to look at it on my phone. I don't have it on my computer, that notification.
all right. You want to hop right into it? It's been 10 minutes in the show. You want to get it rolling?
Never mind, I just found it, I think.
You found it as you're about to give up.
Yep. Well, it was me, you, and Perry. Detroit Lions Truth, Honest Reaction. That's what the headline was. Honest Reactions and Game Analysis. That's what it was. Must have been on one of the Pick'em show.
That's why we like to talk about the entire NFL on top of the Detroit Lions. Obviously, our main focus is the Detroit Lions. That's what this podcast started out as with Andy when he first started up the show on his own, and then asked me to be a part of it. And, kind of happy that happened because I love doing this show. And I love doing it for all the fans and everybody that wants to watch and comment and interact with us. It
I was
definitely makes our
actually
day.
just talking about that today, Statman. Your first day on. It didn't take long for you to join.
No, I didn't. I mean, I feel like I found a home with the show. You know what I mean? Home away from home. Get to talk about my favorite sport and my favorite team with a good buddy that I consider you one of my best friends, man. So it's just nice to be on here and just talk about football and just shoot the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a way just to fucking relax and get with your boys and talk football, man. There's nothing better out there than that. Statman, why don't we start out the night looking at the comments, hey, that people said.
Let's do it.
Why don't we do that? So I asked everybody just a basic question of what did everybody think of the game? P Dub said the Legion of whom? Question mark.
I love that.
Wayne Shirk, if I said that right, Wayne, sorry if I did not, said the no recognized name defensive backfield? Question mark. Laura Dessig said Saginaw Valley boys balling out, plus Barry Sanders Jr. Statman, I need you to elaborate on that one because you elaborated it for me. So I know you know a little bit about what she's talking about there.
Shoot, I can't even remember he's number 38 for the Lions. He's a Saginaw Valley football player, and he went undrafted in 2023. If anybody knows his last name, please throw it in the comments because I'm literally having a brain block right now. And then she's talking about Barry Sanders Jr. I'm assuming she is referring to Jameer Gibbs.
Jameer fucking Gibbs. Dane Erickson writes DBs and D line killed. Baker was flustered. Yes, he was. Macer McKinley says the offense needs a lot of work. Yes, I know they won, but the defense won that game. Statman,
Absolutely.
do you agree that the offense needs a lot of work?
I don't think they need a lot of work, but I think they need to be more efficient, especially on turnovers. When we get the ball back from a team, when you go into the playoffs and you're playing against one of these premier teams, Tampa Bay is one of those teams. You're playing against these teams, you cannot give them second chances. You need to put your foot on the gas pedal, you need to put your foot on their throat, and you need to punch it in. You can't just leave points on the field. That's my take from it of what they were saying there. And I agree completely. Like, our offense needs to take advantage of turnovers. We get the ball back on defense, especially with a banged up secondary. You can't take that chance of a quarterback like Baker Mayfield getting back onto the field in short field position and being able to score back on us and make the game closer than what it needed to be.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough because there was really our offense was St. Brown, which we'll get into, and Jameer Gibbs. Like that was it. That was the offense.
Mostly Gibbs. I think he had over 50% of the yardage for the entire game.
Yeah, he had like 200 some yards, didn't he?
Yeah, it was insane.
Statman says, I think it proves Dan Campbell's next man up mentality is really working with the new faces. Kent Swanson says that we played more zone than I've seen in a while. Big Baller Ben says Lions killed it, not a shutout like the refs game. The refs game, meaning the Chiefs, but it was still a great match. They made Baker Mayfield look dumb after he recently got praised for his starting this year. I believe that's what he meant. Jeff Caparo says all around good game. So Statman, that was the comments from the people, the nation. We appreciate you guys. We are going to be doing all kinds of questions like that. So if you see one pop up and it says to throw your answer in the comments, just like that, as much as I can fit on that little thing you just saw, I will put your comments in. If I don't get everybody's in, I'll just read them right off Facebook. That way we.
Absolutely.
P-Dubs said, I'll keep yelling this from the back. JMO was a waste of money. $60 million decoy. That is, I wanted to touch on this too. That's so frustrating to me. He's so fast. He has a talent. He has been dropping passes this year, Statman, but I don't think he's being utilized very much, to be honest. And then when he did get utilized, he dropped a lot of balls. So it's frustrating. What's your take on JMO?
For his speed, it's been kind of difficult for him to get separation. By the time he gets separation, Goff's already going to his check down. So I think his routes are just taking too long to progress to where Goff can find him down the field. I've seen on several plays where he's wide open running down the field, 5 yards in front of a defender, but Jared Goff just doesn't have that amount of time. It feels like he's just not progressing in his routes fast enough for Goff to find him. That's just my take on it. JMO, he is a decoy. Everybody's going to be watching him over the top. But I don't know. He's been struggling. Like that one catch that he did get, he shoved off the player, got the offensive PI. He's just got to get his head back in the game. But he does his job blocking on run plays. I always see him running up, making a block when he's not involved in the play. So,
he's definitely there to make blocks. I will agree with you 100% on that one. I love JMO. To me, it's either, I don't know if I can put it all on him. Really, I think that there's a lot to do with there's a lot of times we're running the ball. And that's all we seen it last night. We didn't barely have to throw the ball, really. And then Taylor Decker, he did struggle a little bit last night. So I know that Goff has some trouble there. He had to get rid of it quick. Who are you going to go to if you got to get rid of it quick? You're going to go to Sam Laporta, who had a good night, or you're going to go to Amon-Ra St. Brown, or check it down to even Jahmyr Gibbs. We've seen what happens when he gets the pass. I mean, it's over. And I guess the same thing goes for, I know they have talked about it. Montgomery and Gibbs both have said that they cheer each other on, but something's going on with Montgomery too.
I don't think anything's going on with him. I think the coach, John Morton, realized that Gibbs is on a he was on a hellbender last night.
But when Montgomery got the ball, he did not do as well. We've seen him do just as good. But lately, I don't feel like he has been as good as Gibbs. I mean, I don't want to even say this, but I think Gibbs is the better player.
Absolutely, he's the better player.
100%.
Better pass catcher, faster runner. He hits the holes a lot quicker just because he is fast. Montgomery is more of a methodical runner. He kind of takes his time, patiently waiting for a hole to open up, and a lot of times that hurts him because of that, because he's slower at hitting a hole. He's not making that decision fast enough. Gibbs, when he runs, he finds a spot, and then he nails it 1,000 miles an hour. So it's a little bit of a difference. We saw that
last night on that 8-yard run.
Yeah.
Burst right through that hole so fast. Just watching, let me get to Perry says, I feel he would be a good Debo type player, doing plays out of the backfield, quick screens. He is never getting the ball. They should involve him some more, somehow. Basically, I probably read that way wrong, but I agree with P-Dubs there. There's got to be other ways. We've seen JMO get the ball on end arounds and take it 40 yards for a touchdown. He's so fast. Throw him back there with Khalif Raymond. Let him try to get some kick returns in or something. Like, if he gets through that first little round, no one's catching him.
Absolutely.
That's the thing, though. You have to play action with Jared Goff. You send someone like Jamison Williams down the field, and that play action, they bite, he's gone. There ain't nobody going to be on him. Jared Goff's got to hit him, which we've seen him miss, but we've also seen Jamo just not having the year that I thought he was going to have for sure. Which I think next week when we do our State of the Lions show for the bye week, I think we'll kind of try to spotlight some players too and get more in depth on them. Ben says, I almost put money on Gibbs doing over 150 yards. Missed that payout. Yeah, you did, Ben. You sure did. I don't even know what to. They showed. I know you probably saw it during the game. They showed a little. What do you call it? The things they put up on the screen when
Stats,
they were
stat tracker.
when they were showing Brad Holmes, and they showed Brad Holmes's draft picks from the second round, like second to fourth round or something. Jahmyr Gibbs, St. Brown, Sam Laporta, all these guys.
Jahmyr Gibbs was the first round pick.
Oh, I thought he was in there. That's my fault. But either way, the talent that this organization has picked up. But Gibbs, wasn't he like the sixth pick or something? He was later.
Yeah, sixth overall pick.
Yeah. Either way, we weren't expecting to take a running back. They took a gamble, took Jahmyr Gibbs, and look how that paid off. Look how Amon-Ra St. Brown is paying off. This has been
Brad Holmes is a master of finding talent, and he finds players to fit his system and Dan Campbell's system and what they want to build. They want gritty players. They want players that are going to get down and dirty in the trenches. All of our receivers block. They were talking about it last night during the game on how the Lions receivers go downfield and make blocks on run plays. And you don't find teams where receivers are willing to throw their body on the line to put a block on somebody.
Yeah, some and not every team, but other teams, you'll see receivers slow down when it gets to that point. The Lions, their philosophy is working because Dan Campbell has just got a mentality for this football team that they all play, no matter if they're getting the ball or not, they all play to the end, and they all play to support each other.
Well, even on that fourth down conversion where Gibbs was going to come up short, St. Brown came up behind him and shoved him over the first down marker. Like, that's teamwork right there. That's team effort.
And then you got Penei Sewell running down the field in front of him.
I swear he was running faster than Gibbs on that play.
Like, what was going on? It was crazy.
Penei Sewell has got to be one of the best draft picks we've had, offensive line wise. He is just, I don't know, he's something else. That guy's a beast.
Statman, we need to get to your players of the game. And that is all the defensive backs that played last night. That's Statman's players of the game. Notice the awesome picture that I put in there?
Yeah.
Statman, I have to go ahead, buddy. Why the DBs? I think we all know.
They're all a bunch of no-namers. Every one of them. They came in, I think 3 of them is their first career start. And it's going against a Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that has Mike Evans playing, had a Buka playing, Cade Otton. They got Rashad White. Obviously, they're missing Bucky Irving right now. And then Baker. I mean, you got an offense that I literally thought we were going to be in a shootout with Tampa Bay, if anything. And they did their damn job. They came in there and they effectively shut down the Buccaneers offense passing-wise. I think Baker Mayfield, I want to say the stat was 0 for 5 of passes over 20 yards. It's kind of crazy.
Well, and that's what was that? Whitehead? Whitehead.
Whitehead. Right? Whitehead is the guy from Saginaw Valley. Whiteside.
Whiteside, thank you. He came in the game for one of the backups and fucking made plays. Like, here's the thing we can take away from this stat, man. When the starters come back, we know who comes in to replace them now. Like, that was an amazing effort. I will say, I wish the best for Mike Evans. It sounds like that he had a pretty significant injury on that play. I believe it was his collarbone.
Broke his collarbone. Yeah.
Broke his collarbone. So that's tough loss for Tampa Bay. But, Dane was right with his comment too. Baker Mayfield was pretty much flustered all game long. They couldn't get, we stopped the run too. We can't take that away.
I can't wait to get to our topics.
Yeah, we're going to do that now, actually. But Statman, I love your player of the game. I think that you are 100% correct. Now, my stupid ass didn't put the topics in here.
You got everything but the topics?
Yep, forgot to put them in. So, but I do have them. So I'm just gonna have to bring them up and read them. So, son of a bitch, I don't like when I mess up, and I messed up by not putting those in there.
It's all right. We all make mistakes, buddy.
Where did I put them? I copied them and put them into something. Huh.
Just look in our messenger chat. They're right up in there.
Yeah, I am. I just don't. I was looking. Oh, I think we started talking in the meeting, and that's right what I was gonna do, and then I forgot. All right, first topic of the night. Listen up, people, because I can't put them up on the screen. But first topic of the night: are the backup defensive backs better than the starters? Specifically, also adding into this topic, is Terry and Arnold going to be replaced? Statman?
I don't know if you can say they're better, but they played a hell of a game last night. I don't know if they're better talent-wise, but as a team, that group played collectively as a team. They were helping each other out. They were calling. I mean, if you watched it, where there was somebody where Egbuka was, there was always a guy over top. It seemed like they were communicating very well out there together. And I think that benefited them more because if you notice when Kirby Joseph, Brian Branch, Terry and Arnold, DJ Reed's out there, it seems like a lot of times it's miscommunications. That's what ends up with big plays. But it didn't seem like you ran into that at all last night in a huge collectiveness, I guess.
I gotta read this before I go into it. Ben says Whitehead was the one that blocked the last defensive play for the Lions to get the ball back on fourth down. Yeah, in the end zone. Perry says trade Arnold for some good draft capital and one of those backups they balled out. And run the backup, one of the backups. I'm going to jump on the bandwagon on this topic here. Look, we all know Terry and Arnold struggles. The one thing I will say about Terry and Arnold is he gets the penalties, but he's on them. Sometimes he misses, but what he does do is he's there to tackle a lot. He's in on the plays, I think, quite a bit for being a DB, but he struggles. And we did see some guys last night that I think could take his spot. Now, as far as like Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph, absolutely not. No way. I think those two are definitely starters for sure. But I do see P-Dubs' point about Terry and Arnold, though.
I think if anybody's going to take TA's spot, it's going to be Amik Robertson. I mean, nobody can argue the fact that guy's balled out every time he's on the field. He's literally probably our best playing corner right now throughout the season.
We'll just have to see, once the bye week comes, maybe that could be a topic for our bye week show. Like who's gonna be starting coming out of that bye week. But
maybe move Terry and Arnold to slot, make him the nickel corner.
There you go. Let's see. Next topic. Did the refs prove last night that we need to hold refs accountable for bad calls? I want to make a comment on this one first, if that's okay, Statman.
Yeah.
Because I've been thinking about something in particular that I saw. There was one good thing last night I saw, and it was that Dan Campbell, I believe, threw a challenge. But what he challenged when they got that, supposedly Tampa Bay got the first down. K. Dotton got the first down. He didn't get the first down. He was short. It was clear he was short. The refs gave him the first down. Dan Campbell challenged something else. And the challenge was, we lost the challenge, but they went back and looked at it again for the spot of the ball just on their own and ended up taking back the first down call. I think when Ryan was on here, that's something that they need to do more of. Like double check fucking everything, because they double checked that and it wasn't the challenge, and then they got it right. You know what I mean?
And it frustrated a lot of people on Tampa and the Tampa fan base because of the fact that the Lions got their challenge flag back too. Even though that's not what they challenged.
Yeah, that is kind of confusing.
So that's where calls like that is the reason why refs need to be held accountable. They need to be asked questions by the media. And that's why I brought it up as a topic, because this rolls back into the Kansas City game. A lot of the calls were against us. But this time, a lot of the calls were against Tampa Bay. And I'm not even going to sit here and lie as a Lions fan. I've seen a whole bunch of horrible calls. There was a non-tripping call where Baker Mayfield got tripped by our player. Yep. I believe it was Tyrus Wheat. He stuck his leg out and leg whipped him to tackle to get the sack. I mean, the refs are standing right there looking at it. How is this not getting called? I guess it just blows my mind that they pick and choose when they want to make calls and when they don't want to make calls. They need to do it all the way across the board or don't do it at all. That's my opinion. If you're going to let them play football, if you're just going to let them play, let them do whatever they want to do, then let's have backyard football out there. I mean, you might as well.
It makes you wonder sometimes how much stuff they actually just let go and don't call, and how much stuff they absolutely just blatantly miss. We see it. This is going to be a topic, and I think it's because it's heating up throughout the NFL, is the referees in their BS no calling or calling penalties that aren't there. And I think that what you're saying with the referees having a little press conference of their own after the game would change a lot.
Yeah, because it puts a lot more pressure on them.
Yeah, at least we would know. They talk to the coaches and stuff, but they should be held accountable for their mistakes. They make a mistake that could cost a team a game, and then they just walk away like nothing happened. There's no repercussions at all.
At least answer the media, answer the questions. Explain to us why you missed that call and you're staring right at it. I mean, I just want to know, like, what was it that you didn't see on that play that we all seen? I mean, you see the ref just standing there looking like this, like looking right at the penalty happening right in front of them, but yet nothing happens. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know if they're being told only call this many penalties a game, or this is what we want to limit it as. Is it the NFL saying, hey, there should only be 30 penalties total for the entire game, so pick and choose which ones you're going to call? Is that how it's going? I don't know. I just want to answer to why this is happening more and more often, and it seems like it I don't know if it's just me or if it's just my opinion, but that's just how I feel. I just feel like it's happening more and more often in games, and it's not always against the Lions, it's not always against the Chiefs, it's not always against the Eagles, it's not always it's pick and choose, it feels like. They pick and choose when they want to be like, oh, I'm going to be harsh on penalties against this one team.
And then they pick and choose what that penalty actually is. Because what I'm saying is they'll pick and choose whether something is pass interference. Like what justifies something as pass interference. It's so different. It should be down the line. Most of the time, it's not. There's a lot of There's a lot of varieties between the same penalty. It's different between different referee crews. Like if
Like
it's
defensive holding, illegal contact.
yeah,
Or
if it's a penalty, it's a penalty. If it's not, it's not. Like I don't know. I feel like some of it's a little like meh. I think if a quarterback's head gets tapped by a hand, that I don't think that should be a penalty. To be honest, that's just my opinion. If you're gonna, if he just grazes his helmet, like that should not be a penalty. If it's not intentional, it should not be a penalty. Like I
well,
understand safety, but they fall down harder than that.
the problem is like they pick and choose when they want to throw the flag on that too. Because
Yeah.
I've seen Goff get hit helmet to helmet by a player. And they're like, oh, well, that's incidental because it started at the chest and then it moved up to his head. So it's not going to be a penalty on this. What the fuck do you mean? Like he got contact with the helmet. It's contact with the helmet. It doesn't matter if it started at his chest and moved up. Like, make the fucking call. Like, it's got to be black and white. It can't be a gray area in the middle.
That's the problem, and I think that holding them accountable some way is the only way. But they're not going to ever do that. The referees are literally out of there as soon as the game ends. They're gone. They're not there no more. They fucking bail. What did Ben say? Ben says too much work to bend over and pick up a flag. So they just don't throw it. Or they throw it, or they don't throw it, wait till the play's completely over, and then the team's sitting on the fucking sideline already, and then throw the flag.
Not yet. We're gonna call holding on that last play.
We forgot. We forgot. Like that, it's got something's got to change there. And
Same thing with the taunting shit too. Like that fucking drives me nuts. Taunting penalties. You'll see some games they'll throw flags on people like doing celebrations, like first down celebrations or whatever, if they're looking in the direction of another player. But other times they'll be looking at the direction of another player and there won't be a flag called. So what constitutes taunting? Is it or is it not taunting doing it when you're looking at the direction of a player? Because that's what I've seen in the rule book is if you do a gesture, some sort of gesture, touchdown, whatever the hell they're doing, and if you do it in the direction of an opposing player, that's taunting. But I know you've seen it in other games where people do it all the time, but there's no penalty called. They pick and choose when they want to do that as well. And I don't know. I just feel like it's just black and white, man. It's got to be black and white, no gray area. That's just my opinion.
Ben says the refs need their own refs following them around, throwing flags on them.
You're welcome. They need a body cam.
Could you imagine?
When they're looking at a play and they miss the call, you can see the camera pointing right at where they're looking, and they have no excuse. Like you're right there, it's right in front of you. How do you not see that? I don't know.
Then they got all this Fox, all of them have their little referee guy up in the booth, right? Retired ref. He's like a chief referee, right? There are times where that referee guy's like, what the fuck? Like, that's not a penalty, or that should have been a penalty, 100%. But I like Ben's idea. Let's get some little tiny referee guys out there to follow the regular referees around and throw flags at them.
Penalty on the ref.
A blowhorn right in their ear.
Ejected from the game.
The next topic up for the night is Mr. Alim McNeil made his return to the Lions last night. How did he do? Statman?
I'm telling you what, that guy, he doesn't even seem like he had an ACL injury at all. That dude is a workhorse. I seen him pushing the offensive line 5 yards into the backfield almost every time. The guy's a workhorse. He is a monster. He definitely made a difference in that game. Put a lot of pressures on Baker Mayfield. And let's not forget, it helped Aiden Hutchinson. Even though Hutchinson didn't get a sack, he got quite a few pressures on Baker Mayfield.
That was my next point. I wanted to make sure that I got this out here. But I'll touch on Alim McNeil. Was it his first play where he got in the backfield? Like he was right there and made a disruption. Something happened right away with him.
Yeah, Baker took off real quick because he was scared.
And then Aiden Hutchinson, you can't say enough. If it wasn't for the DBs, that would probably be my pick for player of the game. That guy, you really have to really watch. Like you said, he's not getting a sack. He may not have gotten a sack on a lot of plays, but Jesus, he's there every time. Like every single time.
Another overlooked defensive player is Jack Campbell. That guy is
he's so good.
Freak, dude. He's
everywhere. Everywhere. I think Aiden Hutchinson is having a better year than was expected for somebody coming off an injury. Like Troy Aikman's kept saying a knee injury, which it wasn't a knee injury, Troy. Come on. Get with the program here.
He's got 7 sacks. He's got I don't know how many pressures. And his pressure percentage per rush or whatever is like 15%. So 15% of snaps, he's pressuring the quarterback, which is
unstoppable. He did the same thing. There was a play last night where he pushed multiple times probably, but the one that they pointed out, he literally pushed that lineman all the way into Baker Mayfield. Like just ran him right through him. Like he's got that swim move. He's got a spin move. Like he has an arsenal, and the offensive lineman can't stop him. He's unbelievable.
It was Charlie Heck he pushed all the way back into Baker Mayfield.
Yes. That was your key matchup, was him and those two guys, and the Lions defensive line won.
Yeah, we won that matchup for sure.
Ben said kicking the refs in the shins. Wow, they fuck up when they fuck up. Just give them a shin kick.
There's going to be a shin kick penalty on the ref.
Let the water boy do it. Give him some justification out there.
Get a former kicker do it from each team. Like Jason Hansen for the Lions. He just goes out and does a field goal kick right in the shin.
No lie, just so we're clear, my computer is not a touch screen, but I just put my finger on it and tried to scroll the chat so I could see the next topic. Also, this just in, today at lunchtime, I got in my car and I started my car to go back to work. And then I proceeded for at least 3 minutes to look for my car keys. That really happened to me today. I had to share that because I was a fucking idiot.
I've done that before with my phone. I'm like, where's my phone at? Where's my phone at? And it's right here in my hand the entire time.
Let's see. What do we got? One more topic, Statman. Does Kelvin Sheppard, Lions defensive coordinator Kelvin Sheppard, deserve the credit for our defensive performance last night and not the players?
You want to answer that first, or you want to go?
I'll start on this one. I think that I can't give it all to Kelvin Sheppard. Okay, those players, backups, played a hell of a game. So no, I think it's both. I think Kelvin Sheppard put in a hell of a game plan and got that defense ready to go. And then I think the players on their own played like they wanted to fucking be there and show like, hey, we're good, you know. I was really proud of that effort from those DBs, and I think Kelvin Sheppard is amazing defensive coordinator.
Absolutely. And I'm going to say Kelvin Sheppard deserves a lot of credit for those defensive backs going in there, stepping up the way they did. And there is a unique quote that Amik Robertson put out. He says, "You can't bury what comes from the dirt." And he's referring to the players that never really got a chance. They were already kind of buried from the start. You can't bury them already because they came from the ground. They came from nothing. So I think that kind of that mentality is what they were kind of driving off of. And also Kelvin Sheppard told the team too, told these young players that have never started before, like, hey, this isn't just your opportunity to show the Detroit Lions you can play, but all the other 31 NFL teams out there. Even if you don't make it on the Lions, you could get a starting job somewhere else from your performance and what you show on the field today. And I think a lot of them had a proving point. You know, Rocky Sin was a second round draft pick for the Colts, been tossed around 7 different teams, you know, and finally found a spot here, and he had his chance to play last night, and that dude played his heart out last night. He's been playing a hell of a football, you know, for us the last couple games with DJ Reed being out and the other injuries we've been dealing with. So I think it's just a combination of both. The young players wanting to prove a point, and then Kelvin Sheppard kind of putting that mentality into them and, you know, coaching them up and bringing up a good game plan for the defense that benefits everybody on the field.
Yeah, you literally took the words out of my mouth when it came to those guys are out there playing for what could be a starting position in a team that needs him more. You know, that the other teams are watching that game, and they're going to see those guys out there. So they're out there just giving it everything they got to show that they can play. That's why we're in the National Football League, because we can play football. We're not the starters, but we can still fucking play. I'm glad that we have the depth that we have. Like, this isn't the Lions DBs beat, you know, third string receivers. You know what I mean? Like, they went out there, they played against Mike Evans, they played against Ibuka, and they beat them. There was a few times where they got beat, but the Buccaneers scored 9 points. 9. They couldn't run the ball. I get tired of people making comments about the Lions, because if you watch the Lions play, you can't. A lot of people say things, but you can't say what you're saying because it doesn't make sense compared to what the Lions are doing. You know what I mean? Like, that team is hard. They're grit. They're tough, man. They play hard, and it shows. Even when you got to go to your backups, they play hard. Like,
yeah, I mean, it goes back to Dan Campbell. He knock us down, we're going to get up and we're going to bite a kneecap. You know, that's literally what we're doing out there. And, you know, I'm hella proud to be a Lions fan, and the team that we got right now, I mean, it's a good team to sit here and cheer for every week.
yeah, and I think Troy Aikman said it last night. You know, they used to come to do a Monday night football game, and when they kind of were bummed to come to Detroit because it was kind of a bummer place to go. There was nobody there. The team wasn't winning. Wasn't a good atmosphere. Now it's a totally different atmosphere. And yeah, the Lions fans are going to enjoy it because we haven't had this in a long time. And now we have a consistently good football team that we know can win.
And Dan
Dar's
Campbell
here. Dar's in the house. Statman says, "What's up?" He said, "Better late than never" for Dar.
And Dan Campbell is going to be with the Lions for a long time. He's probably going to end up being the longest tenured coach for Detroit.
Yeah,
The guy who just knows how to coach football. And
I can't see them getting rid of him.
And the Dolphins organizations, dumb as hell for ever letting him go. You imagine the Saints if they would have kept him on as the head coach? I mean, if P-Dub's in here, I mean, you tell me I'm wrong. I guarantee you if Dan Campbell was the coach of the New Orleans Saints, that team would be doing just as good as Detroit is right now.
And you do have to give that some credit to Sheila and Brad Holmes. All three of those three together is what is putting this team where it is right now. And then you have the talent, obviously, but it starts up top, and they're putting together a team.
And the thing is, when the coaching job became available in Detroit, the first thing that happened was Dan Campbell reached out to Sheila Hampton-Ford and wanted an interview for the head coaching job. He didn't even get a call from them. He called them and said, I want to interview for this head coaching job. He wanted to come to Detroit. He wanted to be the coach to turn this franchise around, and he's done just that. He's brought hope back into the Lions fans, the old faithful coming back. I mean, when's the last time you've seen a packed house the way it was last night on Monday Night Football in Detroit before the Dan Campbell era? It wasn't there. It just wasn't. Fans were wearing bags over their heads, wearing the 0-16 shirts. I mean, I don't know.
I love Dan Campbell, man. I love him, from his interviews to his press conference stuff to the locker room after the game. Like, that guy gets me hyped up, and I ain't even playing.
Oh, I'd run through a brick wall for that dude if he asked me to, or I'd try. I'd try my hardest. I would run right at that brick wall and be like, yeah, Dan, you're telling me I can do it. I'm going to try. I'm going. I'd probably knock myself out, but I'd definitely fucking try.
He would probably get you in the mindset where you think you could do it.
He's just a motivator of men, man. Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's just who he is.
Now the Lions have people that want to come play for them. They have people that it's just a different thing now. And I hope it stays this way for a long time. But Perry said there that would have been nice to have Dan Campbell over there for the Saints.
Yeah, that organization missed out on a great head coach.
But hey, good, because we got him.
So did Miami. Miami had him take over as the interim head coach down there, and then they get rid of him the year later. Like, how do you not give him the head coaching job? He literally turned that team around halfway through the year, and then, oh, no, we don't want you.
I mean, Detroit took a chance on him, and it paid off because he's the right fit for this. He's the right fit for Detroit. Dan Campbell is Detroit. I mean, 100%. Dar said, I think Detroit found our defensive coordinator.
Yeah, Kelvin Sheppard.
Shep is putting in the work. Yeah, he wants to be there. He's taking he got this opportunity, and he is not messing around.
Absolutely
Dar
not.
said he likes him better than AG. I agree.
I was the same way. I said the same thing, that I honestly think he's a better defensive coordinator than Aaron Glenn was. And look what's happening with Aaron Glenn in New York, 0-7. I mean, tough luck for him, man. And he's benching his quarterback already. Justin Fields is getting benched. Not looking good over there. So tough.
It's not looking. There is a little bit of glimpses of something that could be something in Chicago with Ben Johnson. But
yeah, but when he plays the old buzzsaw Detroit Lions, different story.
Sad man. On that note, we have just been on a roll tonight. We got 8 people in here right now. People have been sticking around, hanging out, watching the show with us tonight. We have went on for almost an hour tonight, so that's amazing.
Hell of a show. I liked all the topics. It brought good discussion, and we plan on bringing some more topics like that, get some more discussion in here. We love all the comments, love everybody that's been commenting on the show and giving us things to talk about, giving us your opinions on things, and look forward to it tomorrow night.
Yeah, we'll be back here live tomorrow night for our NFL Week 8 Pick'em show, where we will have the results from last week's and make our picks for Week 8. Also,
P-Dub in here too.
We're just getting in here. There's a lot of people in here now that weren't in here earlier. So just real quick, I'm going to recap the announcements. We do have possibly once I tell them, we have a new member of the podcast, Ryan Anthony, will be joining us for the show Friday nights, we are going to be bringing back Statman, the one and only Gridiron Chat is coming back on Friday nights where we're going to talk all NFL. We're going to break down, look at the different divisions in the NFL, talk about, just NFL news. And that's where we're going to bring the draft talk, playoff talk right there on Friday nights. And also, we will be going live during some of the games that we can. And just live while the game's going, talking about the game live. And then right after, we'll do a reaction show and bam. It's going to be fun.
We're going to test it out first, though, on the live game thing, because we're not sure if it's going to work with the timing with different time zones that we're in or whatever. Not time zones, but different networks that we're watching the game on. It could be slower for one or the other. So we're just making sure it's not a huge time difference. We're going to test it out this weekend. So look for us to be live.
Yeah, we got changes that we want to do. So we look forward to that. We look forward to being on and bringing you guys more content. And thank you all for everybody that came in and hung out with us tonight. Perry says his final closing statement is trade Terry and Arnold. And we will get the Statman's final thoughts before we get out of here.
Final thoughts is we're going into the bye week. Good time to have guys injured or starting to come back from injury. Brian Branch off his 1-game suspension. I look to see him coming back pretty strong. Kirby Joseph coming back. Hopefully DJ Reed will be ready to come back. We should have a lot of guys back and healthy, ready to go when we come back against who are we playing? Minnesota? Is it Minnesota this week? This upcoming week? All right. Playing Minnesota, so big division rival. We're going to need all the guys we can. So looking forward to it.
And on that note, on behalf of the Statman and myself, P-Dubs, Dar, everybody that's been in here, thank you so much. This is We Are Lions Nation podcast, and we will see you all tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Adios, guys.